forget about everything you've thought about the world, because it's not round, it's not flat, it's hilarious. So the earth keeps spinning round, baby, round like a broken record, baby, round. So welcome to URIAH'S Earth. The Earth is a magnificent, dazzling beast that doesn't care about your problems. And in winter, the Arctic is one big problem caused by Earth. One animal that has conquered the cold without having to sell out to Coca-Cola, we're looking at you, polar bears, is the penguins. Nature's more resilient and flourishing birds, storks, once the leaders in developing babies, now have nothing on the penguins because the storks are going to be replaced by the metaverse in Amazon. Although I live in Southern California, it's always winter in my soul. That's why I use jokes to spark a conversation with a local bartender who warms my heart with alcohol. So let's cheers to the best drink on earth. We'll travel all the way to a continent that's so brutal, so cold, so unforgiving that humans haven't even tried to bring it democracy yet. According to words that someone else wrote online that I will now read in my voice as if I wrote them. Antarctica is the southernmost continent and the site of the South Pole, virtually uninhabited and physically uninhabited by humans because of its ice-covered landmass. Humans may be powerful and may have conquered the world, but all it needs to be is a little bit of cold and a little bit of sun, and humans run away and make up fictional characters like they do for the North Pole. It's home to the Antarctic Peninsula. The peninsula is an isolated terrain that also shelters rich wildlife, including many penguins. They're so adorable and amazing that they're rich without even needing to open up a bank account. And that's the focus of today's URIAH'S Earth. Penguins. Look at this penguin. She's as cold as ice. And she is willing to sacrifice her warmth for the good of the flock. There's a group of penguins called a flock? Oh, they're called a waddle. A group of penguins is called a waddle. That makes penguins Antarctica's meerkats. Calling them a waddle, that's just absolutely adorable. Another reason why penguins are widely regarded as the angels on the ice. Don't take it from me, take it from God. Penguins may look awkward when they walk, but in the water, they're anything but. The fish call them the world's best dressed predator. They're dressed to the nines. They have a license to krill. Sure, the fish won't be back from the school trip, but they do keep the little baby penguin from meeting its maker. So fish are heroes. Like the egg I ate for breakfast is a hero for giving me the energy to make this podcast. So I guess there's no egg on my face, it's in my face. And let's face it, the cold in the Antarctic can reach at sometimes minus 89 degrees Celsius. And if you don't know what that means, you're an American.
Hi, we're out of penguin stock footage. We have no more penguin stock footage.
What do you mean? We're out of penguins? We got no more penguin stock footage? We used all the 4K penguin stock footage?
You have broken the Guinness World Record and you are amazing, but yes, we have broken. We have nothing left.
Well, I already shot that podcast, right? Now we're doing the overlays. Why don't we go ahead, put some snow dogs up there. We'll put some snow dogs, and we'll put some wolves, some snow wolves, and there you go. I'll keep rolling the clips, I guess. Yeah, keep rolling the clips. to protect themselves from the cold, they waddle in the large waddles of up to sometimes 10,000 penguins. Ancient explorers once called them strange geese until they realized they were just looking in the mirror, the reflection from the polar ice caps. The explorers, who were led by Franz Ferdinand Magellan, who we talked about in the first episode, his first circumnavigation of the globe, mental floss reports. But take that with a grain of sand, because their breath stinks, you gotta use real floss. But penguins, they don't need floss because they don't have teeth. Not only do penguins mate for life, they know exactly which nest they are and which squawk is their significant other. And that's something to squawk about. In the water, most penguins can hit the speeds of 10 miles per hour, and the Gen 2 penguins can hit 20 miles per hour. On land, they max out at about 20 waddles per hour. That's WPH. In the deepest dive ever recorded by the Australian Antarctic Division, an Empire penguin reached an amazing 1850 feet. These huge depths require a great lung capacity. The longest known dive has lasted 22 minutes. Despite all of this, the International Olympic Committee refuses to let penguins compete in the dives, continuing to be a black eye for the Olympics for decades from the past and for decades to come. So I say to you, why are we not training penguins to be in the Olympics? They dress better than us. They act better than us. They work together for the common good. And that's why you should like and subscribe. And Uriah promises to keep saying that penguins should be in the Olympics, because I'm willing to do it for the penguins and for you. Whoa, look at that penguin. Penguins not only dress better than 85% of other animals, making any day a great day for a white wedding. Especially in Antarctic, where every day is white. And the reason why penguins look like this is, of course, through evolution. Sorry to get political on you guys, but from above, the sea lions, when they look at them, just think it's the sun peering down through the ocean. They could drink seawater. Why we put this in here? Is there any type of water they're gonna drink? Are they gonna waddle with their fins on? Are they gonna waddle up with their fins on and make some sort of pot and boil the water? Humans are doing enough of that on their own. Recently discovered fossils indicate that an ancient breed of penguin once stood taller than the average adult man, 5'10", which makes them again better than white people at playing basketball. Which means there's certainly a reality where penguins spent less time playing hockey and more time reading and writing. They could have taken over the world, except they took over the whole continent. So I guess, like, if that continent exists on the world, they took over their own world. Some penguin species mate for life. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? I used to thought I wanted to be a dog. Now I think my spirit animal is a penguin. Except I'm not driven by the instinct to hang out in the cold. I just get a cold shoulder when I'm at the open mic comedy, which sends me to Antarctica. I am Antarctica. Back in its heyday 60 million years ago, a big word used to describe penguins that is now on your screen weighed about 220 pounds. Contrary to what the Hollywood elite says, penguins do not surf, and in fact, the first penguin to ever learn how to surf was quickly eaten by a sea leopard with the cheers of the other penguins. Penguins do not surf, they do not dance. They dance with their lives every time they fish, though. Adele females can even find their old mates within minutes of arriving at the colony each season. But I couldn't even find my wife after our 5th year of marriage, even if she was flying right beside. Adele females can even find their old mates within minutes of arriving at the colony each season. But I couldn't even find my wife after our 5th year anniversary, even if she's laying right beside me. I don't know who you are. You have the same face and name, but who the hell are you? Penguins are social butterflies. The largest penguin colonies, called URIAH'S or waddles, when assembled on land, include hundreds of thousands of birds, which contradicts what I previously said about them being up to 10,000 penguins in a bunch, which makes me be more progressive than you, because 10,000 to hundreds of thousands is what you call a progressive jackpot. Meaning that when they say, that penguins mate for life, the idea that there is plenty more fish in the sea is not something penguins can relate to. Scientists can find penguins using their poop because learning thousands of names is harder. Penguins are specially adapted to sink, much like URIAH'S credit score. And here's a fun fact before we end it. In URIAH'S world records, which we now keep now, the longest rave started 23 million years ago and has been happening non-stop, which makes all the people who couldn't handle a few days at the fire festival even look like more of an idiot. Grab a coat. Guess what? All the people that went to fire festival are the world's worst penguins. And this has been another episode of URIAH'S Earth, a fictional, non-fictional documentary about nature with comedy, where you comment down below, that was amazing.